What is going on, viewers of YouTube? SunSpot here, and I am back. Give you guys my review of the Toys R Us exclusive Bandai Legacy Collection Build-A-Figure Megazord 8-inch collectible figure. Now, of course, I don't have a box for this because there is none. Each piece came with a different figure, one for the pink, blue, black, yellow, red, and Alpha 5. So finally, I've reviewed all of those for you guys, and I can finally put this guy together. So let's just get started. Alright, to start off here, just grab this and grab the leg. Obviously, there's a ball joint here, socket here, and you kind of just have to maneuver it in. Be careful not to rub the paint on the inside of the yellow here, because it is kind of a tight fit. And plug this in here. Take the arms. And let me move that up. There was a ball joint here, and these actually pop off pretty easily, but not too easily, so no worries there. Put that on, and then go to the back here. Obviously, there's sockets, and you take the, I guess this is the Pink Ranger's Megazord piece. Doesn't look like it, but there you go. And wait, am I even doing this right? I forget how it looks. No, it looks like I'm doing it right. I thought the wings would go up, but yeah, and he's built a very, very, very simple build-a-figure. A little bit underhyped here. I thought it was going to be much, much awesomer, a little bit bigger perhaps, but this is really what you get. As for the figure himself, though, he is pretty cool. He's well sculpted and has a ton of paint applications, which is kind of a breath of fresh air considering all the Rangers and Alpha 5 that I've reviewed just lack so much paint, but luckily this guy makes up for all of them. I am not super excited about his design. I will say that right now. I always stumble at this part because I keep thinking of a different way to explain this, but there's really only one way. He looks like a chicken. Yeah, he does. He's not as bad as Alpha 5, but he's pretty close. Oh boy, what have I done? As for the head sculpt, it is definitely interesting. It looks nothing like the original, unfortunately. I mean, I suppose you could say it does have some reminiscent parts, like the ears here do remind me of the original, kind of like spiked up like that, but his hair is brushed back, and just to give you guys a full 360, it does lack a little bit of paint back here, but honestly, it's not too big of a deal, and I do like the sculpt there. Right here. They put a lot of definition at the back of the head, which is kind of cool looking. So from any angle, you do have something to look at. Obviously, the pink paint looks great on this. I do like it. Some silver bits. A purplish blue visor. A giant visor, actually. Looks like... I don't know how this is going to work in the movie. I'm just speculating, but when they morph together, all their chest powers combine, and then it fuses here, and then powers up everything else, so that's why this is the same color as the chest. I really don't know why. We'll find out in March, but for now this is what you get. Have some nice indentations on the cheekbone here, and then a pretty light pliable piece of gray plastic because the ears are pretty flexible. They're not articulated, but they are pliable. Then same goes for the rest of the figure. Yeah, there is a lot going on here. Let's start simple with the dark gray single piece of plastic here. It is nice. I do like the color more so than the light gray they used up here. And you could tell they put a lot of definition in the scales or whatever these little pieces are supposed to be. I really don't know. It looks like fishnet to me, but we'll have to find out in the movie. It's probably just armor, but I don't know, because this is a theme that's been going on with the Alpha 5 too, and they're actually smaller here in the closer to the abdomen, so, and you can tell he does have a very, very humanoid form, because naturally our bodies just sink a little bit right here in the between the chest and your lower stomach, so very humanoid, which is pretty neat looking. And the chest, really, it is all over the place. So much design. I do like these little circular things here. They're like vents or whatever. A nice light blue plastic, which is different than all these morpher parts as really that's what I'm calling them, so that's a breath of fresh air there. Lots of gunmetal silver. A light gunmetal silver, not as strong as up on the head, but it's definitely present and just a lot of definition there, so which is always nice. The red plastic on the shoulder too, sculpted pretty nicely. More of those morpher veins. Wish they put some silver bits, alternate silver bits here on the gray plastic on the arms. It's a little bit bare. They even did that a little bit on the legs, so wish they would have done that on the arms. I don't know what these are supposed to be, honestly. You could tell that looks like a gun or a plasma caster shooter. I really don't know what to call this. Or maybe it's gonna retract a blade or something in the movie. Obviously I haven't seen the movie, so I have no idea what role this is gonna play, or maybe it's just there for design, but I'd imagine it's a gun or a sword of some kind. I don't know. You could tell they put some detail here in the fingers. The joints are obviously indented, which is pretty cool. And then looking at the back of the figure, this is where the pterodactyl is. I wish there was more pink on this. I really do, because really there's only pink on the upper wings here, and I think they're present on the back too. Or I guess this is the front, whatever. So, but besides that, pliable piece of light gray plastic. I'm not a fan of the color. I wish it was a little bit darker, closer to that, but still different enough. Just because I think it stands out a little too much. At least it does in person. Probably on camera it's okay, but, you know, everything's different in person. I do like this spine here. It's obviously the back, or the top of the saber-toothed tiger, which is nice. A nice piece of yellow plastic, so that brings a lot of contrast to the eye. And same up here, more of the yellow plastic, which is nice. Whoops, his arm fell off here. Yeah, these do fall off pretty easily, so you gotta be careful. These, I believe these are part, yeah, they're part of the Yellow Ranger because there's the yellow trim, and I assume they're guns, or whatever they'll be. And, yeah, they're present on the back, too. A lot of detail here, just to show you. Sculpted in a lot of detail there. The legs are, you know, very chickeny, more of those morpher pads or whatever, and this is weird looking. These kneecaps, what's going on with these kneecaps? Now, is it just me, or does this look like the Triceratops? Because there's one horn, another horn, it looks like this is an eye, and this is another eye, and it's like, if you combine them, somehow it's a Triceratops. I don't know. Maybe not, because I don't see any blue parts here. In fact, I don't see the Triceratops anywhere on this frickin' figure. Same with the Mastodon. Like, where the hell is the Mastodon? Really, only I see is the pterodactyl for the wings, the Tyrannosaurus for the red, and then the saber-toothed tiger for the yellow, but oh boy, I don't know where the others are at. And yeah, these are a pliable piece of light gray plastic, more so than the other pieces actually, and I really want to know what this is. I mean, there's a lot of detail, obviously. They could put a lot of detail in there. It's a nice mold, but I don't know. And, yeah, the legs are looking pretty good. Okay, these have got to be feathers. Come on, I just noticed this. Those have got to be feathers or something. This is so chicken. Oh, yeah, here's the blue. Don't mind me. I'm obviously an idiot. But still, I don't know where the Mastodon is. And, yeah, so there's the dark blue. I guess he forms both legs, which is a little bit weird, because in the original, the saber-toothed tiger formed the right leg, and the blue formed the right. So I don't know what's going on there, but nice detail. I like these shocker pads here, and the bottom. I said this in whatever Ranger review had the legs, but I assume he can fly because of these rocket launcher thingies at the bottom of his feet, like Iron Man. So. And they actually put a lot of detail down here. You could tell. A lot of indentation, a lot of definition. And their chicken feet. But as for articulation, this guy is quite limited. Really, you can tell right from the start. His head, oh man, his head is just a mess. It can't go up or down. It can barely move to the right and to the left. And yeah, so, that's really annoying. The arms really can rotate fully, but you kind of have to bend this out of the way, and they fell off, so that's really annoying. They can go out and in slightly. It is hindered up here. A single jointed elbow, not even 90 degrees, which sucks, and no rotation at the wrist, which is so lame, and no waist joint, which is even worse. The legs can move forward that much and back that much. It is hindered by the Yellow Ranger's Megazord piece, and can barely do the splits because A, the ball joint is very tight, just secluded there, and then the Yellow Ranger's rocket pads or whatever just block it. The knee has a single joint, wish had double jointed knees, that would have been cool, and the feet can go forward barely anything, back a little bit, and can rotate fully, and no ankle pivot, so getting this guy in poses is just a bitch. As for size, this guy stands at about 8 inches tall. If you don't believe me, I do have my trusty tape measure here, and there you go. About 8 inches. Actually, looks like it's exactly 8 inches tall, which is a little bit disappointing because of this. Yeah, so obviously, I'm not an idiot here. They can't make these to scale for the most obvious of reasons. However, that shouldn't stop them from making him at least a little bit bigger. Come on, you're pulling a Marvel Legends on me right now. Not the Toy Biz ones from like 10 years ago. The current ones where they give you freaking Build-A-Figures that's sometimes even smaller than the figure. So, if he was a little bit bigger, I would be much more pleased. And here he is next to my alpaca. So, overall, oh man, this is really just... I'm on the fence with this. This is a real disappointment. I'm not even talking about the design, and I do not like the design at all. I'm talking about the engineering. He has barely any articulation. He might as well be like a 4-and-up kid's toy. That's how limited his articulation is. The only thing this guy has going on for him is the paintwork and the sculpt, because both are just spot on. Yes, he could use more paint, but the paint he does have on currently is well put. And with that said, people, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, comment, check out my site at SunSpotReviewz.com, and I will see you guys in my next video.